Okay, I don't know what these people are afraid of, but it seems pretty standard practice that when children go into care, these social workers and daycare workers and all these people, these 28 people that are employed for the one child that they apprehend. At least that's the United States American statistics. For every child that they apprehend, the federal government gives the state, 85,000 per child, and out of that $85,000, it employs 28 people to keep that child away from their parents. As these people try and convince themselves that they're working with the parents. At any rate, what have they got to hide? My kids aren't allowed to take pictures. They've separated everybody. They all went today, all three of them. We know they're watching my videos, right? And that's good. They need to, because maybe it will crack that freaking ice that they're made out of. They're the ice queens, right? Up in the freaking Arctic someplace, living in some, ice castle. They need to melt their hearts. Well, what are they afraid of? Because I've watched other videos, and people are not allowed to connect with their kids, and and stuff like that. What are they trying to hide? Are they trying to hide the fact that my grandson broke down in tears out of the blue, just all of a sudden just started crying a storm up as he was in his mother's arms? Just started crying for no reason and wouldn't stop crying. I guess they didn't want that videotaped. We wouldn't want the world to see that part of the child breaking down and having a nervous breakdown. Not to mention that his family is having a nervous breakdown right after Family BC Day. He's forgetting his Auntie Tisha. He's not even calling her name no more. So they were successful in wiping out that part of his brain. They wiped it out. It's like an operation. They came in there and they just dissected the brain and took out that little part that says Auntie Tisha, and they threw it in the freaking garbage. That's what they did. Because she was there today, and he wasn't his normal self. Let's put it that way. Instead, he crawled up like the little baby that he actually really is. And he started crying. And my daughters couldn't understand why he was crying. But we know why he was crying. Because he's being tortured. He's being neglected. He's being abused. He's being mishandled. He's being deprived of love. He's being deprived of nurturing. He's being used as a tool and a commodity. He's put on a shelf like a fucking ornament. He's waved in front of my family like a carrot. Catch me if you can. After we let it just, decompose into something. Absolutely something. Who knows what we're going to get back when we get him back. And then they still have the nerve to say to my daughter, oh, but we're working with you. Oh, yeah. You're going to do this little program. You're going to do, just have your mom call a supervisor for her visit. Well, you're going to be waiting a long time, because I'm going to get him home one way or another. If I have to camp out in front of those MLA offices with a bloody sleeping bag, I will be camping out. I will go to the end of the earth for my grandson. It's the only grandson I have. I encourage my children to be responsible and not produce 10 in a batch. Perpetrate the cycle of poverty so that these freaking vultures can come in here and perpetrate their fucking, lot in life. I will camp out in front of MLA offices and the Minister of Children and Family Development if I have to. You can mark my words on that one. Because I want my grandson home. And you just remember, when my daughter gets to these appointments, whether it's the doctor's appointment, whether it's the methadone's appointment, whether it's the dentist's appointment, whether it's the appointment to go see her son, it doesn't matter. Whether it's to court, whether it's to her lawyer, guess who gets her there? Me. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't get there. Have you looked underneath her hat? Have you seen what happened to her hair yet? Never mind that her face is all swollen up like this because she has an abscess in her tooth. Like, really? while her baby is crying and having a nervous breakdown, as my girls can barely hang on and keep a sound mind, as these women shed their little crocodile tears. Oh, this is so hard for me as a new social worker, but I know my supervisor's looking over my shoulder to make sure I do a good job. This is pathetic. It's sick, it's twisted, it's evil, and it's pathetic. Okay, members and friends. So we're on Global BC Morning News. That's up by my way. I'm talking about the weather. I posted that there. And I posted where the housewives are. Since we know it's a housewife that probably has my grandson. There it is. 2 of them. You know, so much propaganda in BC. That's all it is propaganda. Let's see if they leave some real news up. And that's real news right there. That's what affects lives. Is that what I'm up against? Bunch of devious. Bullshit, right?